Today we're going to be looking at the full moon in Taurus on the 5th of November 2025, and this moon promises karmic rewards and fated endings. So it is quite an intense lunation. I'm going to be looking at that chart in detail and also giving you horoscopes for your sun and rising signs. So do stick around. At the end of this video, I'm also going to be speaking more about this Mars-Uranus opposition that is in play this week. Okay, so if you are new here, welcome. I'm Yolanda. I'm a certified Western tropical astrologer, and I specialize in archetypal, mythic, and humanistic astrology. Let's look at the chart for the full moon in Taurus. Okay, this is the full moon in Taurus chart, and I'm just having my coffee here quickly. Okay, now the moon is at 13 degrees Taurus. She's very happy in Taurus. She's exalted in Taurus. She is answering to Venus because Venus rules Taurus, and Venus is at 28 degrees of Libra. She's in the part of Libra Venus that falls under the decan of Jupiter, which I really like. I can't show you in this software that she's under the decan of Jupiter. You're going to have to trust me on this one. I don't actually know how to call up the decans in AstroGold. If you know how to, please leave a comment. Anyway, she is in the decan of Jupiter, which means she's extremely generous and open-armed kind of thing. She's, as you know, Venus is a benefic, a very good planet, and in her own home sign even more so. She is striving for harmony and balance in all things. So we're happy about this. We're happy that the moon is answering to a very powerful Venus, and also the moon rules Cancer and is ruling Jupiter in Cancer, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So this is wonderful rays. However, if you watched my November overview video, you will know that I did say that this is actually quite a tension-filled chart. There is tension, and we're going to look at that now. Now, the fact that the moon is very much alone, she is conjunct the fixed star Almach, which is of the same nature as Venus, according to Ptolemy, which makes me happy. Venus, again, a benefic, and Almach is a benefic fixed star. Some writers like Ebertin do compare Almach with Venus and Jupiter and Mars, a combination of those three, and things like military preferment or military accolades, military prowess, preferment, but also advancement and fame to a certain degree. It usually represents someone who is likable. So what we have here is we find someone who is probably famous, okay, and that's a clue as to what might happen to someone who's very well known and famous. Possibly a sovereign, and the reason I'm saying a sovereign, a king in particular, is because we also have a comet in the skies at the moment that is drawing everyone's attention. People are speaking about Three-Eye Atlas at this time, and in traditional astrology, comets are normally associated with the death of a king, the passing of a king or a great leader, and also with wars. And as we know, there are a number of wars going on, and the way things are happening in the world, we can only just keep praying for peace for everyone, because things are just they are likely to escalate if we don't all, turn more towards towards more peace and understanding, and also asking for divine assistance, which is definitely coming and showing up, manifesting as celestial signs right now. This divine guidance and divine answering, really. The divine is, the creator is definitely answering our prayers and very well aware of what is going on. Not only our creator, but the lords of this particular section of the universe are very much concerned and aware of what is going on in our little planet and hoping for the best here and doing what they can. But anyway, that's a topic for another video. Now, before I digress any further, so we have this moon that is very much alone, only in aspect to her own nodes. So she's got, in aspect to her nodes here, the north node in Pisces, and this north node is in a wide conjunction to Saturn, and then the south node in Virgo. And so she's only talking to her own nodes. And in essence, what this means is that many of us find ourselves around this time of the 5th of November feeling quite lonely, or experiencing this deep sense of loneliness or loss, even perhaps feeling misunderstood and very much alone. Being alone is not a bad thing, but feelings of loneliness do weigh us down. So some of us may be feeling that way at this time. This moon feeling very much alone. Now, it's an interesting thing for this moon. Chances are that you are alone because, and this I know is going to sound a little contradictory, you are going to find yourself alone because of choices you have made in the past, so past choices, and now karma is basically showing you what's the result of these choices. And then the other thing is, of course, you may have lost someone, and that was a fated loss. Someone's time may have come up and they have passed away, or possibly the end of a relationship. You may find yourself now divorced and now alone again. So that is the general story here. It's not for everyone. Obviously, not everyone is feeling very lonely at this time, but there is definitely this increased sense of loneliness out there. Again, I'm going to be sharing horoscopes for your sun and rising, so stick around for that. The main reason I'm saying that this is a tension-filled chart is we find Mars in Sagittarius at 0 degrees opposed to Uranus at 0 degrees in Gemini. And this is a very volatile opposition, volatile aspect. It is, and oppositions, like I said many times, if you watch my videos, are always about two people. And what you're going to find is you're either going to find that someone close to you is behaving impulsively or rashly, or they may suddenly lose their temper, and it's just an explosive event, an unexpected thing, and you don't know what to do about that. You might be in shock, you may be surprised. It could also be, and please may this not happen, I mean, we only wish for the best here and hope for the best, but it could be that you are shocked or hear about someone that you know who has been involved in a sudden accident, unexpected accident, or tragic event kind of thing. And let's hope that's not the case. The fact that Uranus is here conjunct Sedna in Gemini, and our Sedna is very much a planetoid associated with the depths of the ocean, but Gemini is very much an air sign. I would not be surprised to hear that there's some sort of tragedy concerning, around an aeroplane, a flight of some sort, and it is quite shocking for the collective. We as a collective may hear about this, something like that. Certainly this is not a good day around this time, 4th, 5th of November, even going into the rest of the week, but moving towards the 5th of November, not a great time. I'm not going to say you obviously shouldn't be flying. I mean, you cannot live like that, but I'm going to say there's possibly a event around a flight that goes horribly wrong. Again, with Uranus, it's explosive and shocking, whatever happens there. Now, what else have we got here? We do have Venus in the 28th degrees moving into Scorpio, where, I kind of feel like she is bringing gifts. Like, it's this week you find that you are being rewarded for past actions. That may come up for you as well, that you suddenly, maybe unexpectedly, find yourself being rewarded or rewarded or recognized for efforts that you took in the past, and you might be surprised by it. Again, there's this strong element of surprise throughout this full moon. Okay, what else is going on there? I think let's dive into the horoscopes for each sign. So let's begin with Aries, and for that I have to go back. So hang in there, hold on. Okay, so I know that this chart is going to say November 4th, but do remember that the full moon is on November 5th. I just have to do it this way so that I've got the right houses for you. Okay, so Aries, Sun and Rising. We find that the moon is in your second house of Taurus, which is the house of income and earnings, and also your sense of worth, how you're feeling about yourself. And again, I'm going to say this, like I said at the start, you may find yourself feeling quite alone or struggling with feelings of loneliness or not feeling very understood at this time. And this is possibly to do with your partner, because we have Venus here in the 7th house. It might have to do with your romantic partner or even your business partner. You feel like maybe you're not on the same page, or there's just, you're not sharing the same values anymore. But certainly there's this sense of feeling alone in your partnership. This is not all bad news, by the way. Do remember that we have Jupiter in your home, so things are definitely going to change for the best or for the better. There is a possibility of a new addition to your home. It could be a new pet, it could be a parent moving in or a new roommate joining you, and certainly your feelings of loneliness are going to end or going to abate, calm down somewhat. You're going to feel busier after this. Towards the new moon in Scorpio, things definitely improve. The third house, Uranus in the third house, surprising news coming your way, surprising communications, might have to do with a legal matter. It may be that you are also, it's something to do with higher education, a degree that you may be taking or you want to take, and it's surprising but also quick information. You're going to have to act quite quickly on whatever comes to you around this time, around the time of the full moon, to finalize a matter. So it could be that you've been waiting for something for a while and it suddenly arrives, and it arrives quickly, and it requires your attention, also your quick attention. Because remember as well that Mercury is going to retrograde on the 9th of November. He's currently retrograde. He's in his pre-retrograde shadow. He is also, and I say he, but Mercury is a they. Mercury is also out of bounds at this time, and therefore heightened, but kind of out of sorts. So although you feel you feel like you want to communicate and share your ideas and you have an opinion about everything, he is also, although he is out of bounds and his powers are heightened, he is also out of sorts. So there is a lot of distraction going on in your life right now. You have a lot on your mind and you're not able to focus clearly at this time, but yet you are being called to act swiftly around this full moon in Taurus, around the 4th and 5th of November. You may find that a friendship has come to an end with Pluto here in your 11th house. Around this full moon time, a friendship has ended, or your association with a group has come to an end. And you know what? It's a fated ending. It's okay. I don't see you stress too much about this. It's fated. It's come to its natural conclusion. That's a good way of putting that. And then Saturn conjunct the North Node in the 12th. This is a time that finds you reflecting a lot, taking the sacred pause to time out to just reflect on your next move, right? This is good and essential because we have a wonderful, powerful new moon coming up in Scorpio later in November, on the 20th of November, Aries. So hopefully you're not feeling too down listening to this. It's actually very positive. Your sense of loneliness is going to end for sure. You're going to be able to either reconnect with your partner in a deeper way, or you're going to move on and it's all okay. You're not going to be alone in the home for sure. Your home area, your house, your apartment, whatever, is actually quite busy and quite full at this time. Okay, so let's move on to Taurus Sun and Rising. And as usual, please do leave me a comment if this resonates, and subscribe and like. Okay, Taurus. So Taurus, this lunation is happening in your first house. It finds you, around the time of the full moon, around the 5th of November. You probably, getting a new haircut, doing something to change your appearance. You are focused on how you look, how you present yourself to the world. So that may be important to you at this time. And it may have something to do with your work, by the way, because we have the moon, like I say, talking to the North Node in the 11th. And the 11th is often rewards coming from your career. So you may have, a new job or a promotion, or you possibly even going to an interview and you just want to look your best. So you're going to do something about your appearance, or your job or your position at this time demands that you change your appearance, or it could be all kinds. It could be anything, like maybe you are starting a YouTube channel, for example, and you're going to focus on how you look, or you're going to be, public speaking, something like that. But certainly it's this glow up, right? You're going to be focusing on how you can improve how you come across, your looks, and it's going to be very beneficial for you. I mean, you've got, the sun obviously opposite in Scorpio in the 7th house. How people perceive you is definitely connected with how you are appearing, your appearance, okay? With Jupiter in your 3rd house, like I say, I see this. Somehow you are speaking more. It's to do with communicating. It could also be, if you're not a career person at this time, if you're retired, for example, it could be that you are invited to, community events, neighborhood potluck or something like that, parties, and you just want to look your best. Certainly there's a lot of invitations coming your way around this time. Around the full moon time, you are accepting many invitations, or you just find yourself busier. And I would also say, by the way, because Mercury is going to retrograde on the 9th, you want to do your shopping, all your Christmas shopping, especially if you're intending to buy technical stuff, computers, iPads, whatever, things like that, things that need, electronics. You want to buy that before the 9th of October. So I do see you busy with lots of short trips, lots of running around to the shops, stores, things like that. And then you've got this activity with Mars opposite Uranus in your 8th and your 2nd house. You could be, having to pay something at this time, and it's a surprise. For example, you may have to pay a tax bill, or you may have to pay child support or something. And again, it's something that you have to act on quite quickly, quite swiftly. You have to act on it swiftly. You have to be proactive here. It could even be something to do with an inheritance or an insurance payout. Okay, Taurus, if this resonated with you, please do leave a comment and remember to subscribe and like. Okay, Gemini, so we have Taurus in your 12th house, which tells me that you have possibly been away. You went away, or you're thinking of going away, spending some time alone out in nature, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the fresh air, taking time out to just focus on self-care, right? Maybe, going to a spa, hotel, pedicures, manicures, the whole thing. You're treating yourself, and you certainly, because you have Jupiter in the second house, you certainly have the funds, the money available to do so. You are reflecting or thinking about something to do with either a child or a lover at this time, but it could also be that you are going away to focus on a creative project. I mean, if you're a writer, and there's a lot going on here in your 9th house, if you're a writer, you have been away, or you are going to go away for a few days to, say, a remote place, or place that is beautiful out in the countryside, to focus on your art or your creativity. But if not, your reflection or your musings at this time have to do with a lover or a child. If it's a child, it's possibly a daughter. You are able to assist this child, by the way, at this time, if that is your concern, or there's money coming in to support this child, or money to support your art or your creative project, whatever it is that you're working in. So money is not the issue here at all. You may also be coming out of a relationship, an abrupt ending to a relationship, and that has caused you to reflect on things. Think back to what was going on in your life in April, May this year, and it's somehow connected to that. So that's what's coming to an end, and what's manifesting for you now, Gemini. Career-wise, you certainly have the discipline required at this time to focus on the path that is meant for you. You're feeling very purposeful, very aligned, and you're very disciplined about doing what you have to do to achieve your goals. So I love that. Okay, so that was Gemini, Sun and Rising. Let's move on to Cancer, Sun and Rising. So Cancer, the moon is in our 11th house. I'm a Cancer Sun. This is a wonderful full moon in terms of karmic rewards, because the moon is in the 11th house of wish fulfillment, and also the house that sees the rewards of effort or work put in the 10th house. So, and again, I like the fact that the moon is conjunct Almach, which is of the nature of Venus, and Venus is in our 4th house of home. So literally money is coming home, coming to you, and benefiting the home. So it's benefiting whatever money or promotion is coming in at this time, manifesting around this time, is going to benefit the home. It's going to be a blessing for the home. And of course, you've got Jupiter cruising through your sign now. It's an extra boon, extra blessing here. We have a very busy 6th house, which tells me that if you are wanting to employ people, if you are a boss, now is the time to get out there and employ people. You'll be driven to employ people, and you may be thinking of changing your tactics, or possibly looking at hiring someone unusual, or someone that you normally don't hire, someone perhaps with internet skills, like marketing, online marketing skills, something like that. That's what your focus is on. Someone that is unusual, or someone you would not have considered before, is on your radar. You may also be getting a pet at this time, or your pet may need some urgent care, but not to worry too much about that. But yes, if you have a pet, your pet may need some urgent attention at this time. Again, you got Mercury here in your 6th house. It's a time, busy messages coming in around work. Again, this is all culminating around the 5th of November. And think back to, again, April, May of this year and what was going on in your life at that time, because it's all connected to that time. Issues around, whatever issues you were dealing with then are all coming back now. Pluto in the 8th house here for us tells us that a tax issue, inheritance issue, insurance issue, payouts of any, those kind of payouts are resolved, have come to an end, and it's a good ending for us for sure. It's positive news, or it results in more money. More money that will possibly benefit your children as well, because we have the sun here in the 5th house. Children will benefit, lovers will benefit, and also creative projects will benefit. Okay, Cancer, let's move on to Leo. Leo, sun and rising. Okay, my coffee is now cold. Okay, so let me have another sip, Leo, while I look at this. So the moon is in your 10th house of career and reputation, and so a very good moon for you, although there is an unexpected rupture, work-related, which benefits you. So something unexpected, someone maybe quits, someone leaves in a huff, something happens quite quickly at work, and then you find yourself in a position where you have either added responsibility or some sort of promotion, but you certainly benefit rather unexpectedly from this event, Leo. What else is going on for you here? You may also again be dealing with extra money, and you are being very disciplined with how you are using this money. You're possibly adding more money to, like maybe you're getting a new insurance policy out, or you're focused on getting your will up to date, but certainly you're focused on getting your financial affairs in order, and rightly so. Again, you focus, because this North Node is pointing to what you must do in order to align with your purpose in life, but also making sure that your children will benefit from your hard work, from your legacy. It's also about legacy here, because you got the sun in the 4th house, making sure that you leave a legacy, and so you're prioritizing that. It has to do with your finances, with your money for sure. Maybe house, property that you own. You're just getting all your ducks in a row, getting all the documentation sorted out at this time. If you are divorced or going to divorce or in the middle of a divorce, that's also the other thing that I'm seeing here. There's a lot of documents being signed, a lot of documentation, a lot of stuff being sorted out, but ultimately you're going to benefit from whatever's going on financially, Leo. Okay. Do leave a comment if this is resonating with you, and please remember to like and subscribe. Let's move on to Virgo. So Virgo, Taurus is your 9th house of foreign people, cultures, travel. It's long distance travel, universities, college, education, your belief system, so spirituality, religion. It's more religion actually than spirituality. So religion and publishing. So if you are a writer and you've been looking at publishing, maybe a traditional publishing deal or something, you could possibly hear from a publisher around this time, and it would be a traditional publisher for sure. that you are interested in getting. And yeah, it's a surprising event for you that you finally hear from these people and you are moving ahead with it. Again, I recommend that you sign whatever you have to sign before the 9th of November or after the 20th of November. So you want to move quickly on that if you get this publishing deal, if you are a writer. Otherwise, you are focused on traveling. So you may also be doing things like getting your passport ready, your visas or something like that. That's what you are actively busy with right now until around the 5th of Taurus. So you may receive your passport on the 5th of November, on the day of the full moon. Certainly that's what's culminating for you. Travel plans are culminating or, making sense. And it has to do with foreign places and foreign people. You may have received, for example, because we've got this activity in the 3rd house here with the sun, you've got also Venus in the 2nd house. You may have received an invitation from a foreign person to go and stay with them or visit their country, or maybe speak in their country or present in their, whatever it is. I don't know what you do. Your career could be to do with speaking or present, teaching. And so you're going and doing that in this foreign country overseas. Okay. What else is happening here? Okay, nothing else majorly worth pointing out here, Virgo. You are definitely busy with something to do with all 9th house activities around this full moon for sure. It has to do with visiting foreign people or learning from other cultures right now, or maybe even studying a new, focused on like a new philosophy or studying a new religion. That kind of thing is really taking up your time. It could even be astrology that you are studying or learning at this time, because you got Uranus right here on top of the chart. Okay. All right, next sign, let us look at Libra, sun and rising. So Libra, the moon is in your 8th house, and the 8th house is to do with taxes, insurances, death, sex, inheritances. Did I say inheritances? I probably did. Okay, so it has to do with money coming in from other people. All right, it's not money that you're earning, it's money that is due to you, or credit, or like loans, that kind of thing. So you may be getting a loan at this time, Libra, or you may be receiving an unexpected payout, an insurance or an inheritance at this time. And yeah, it's again because it's a 2nd house, 8th house, 2nd house, 8th house axis being activated. Yeah, there's definitely money coming in. It could be a win of some sort. It could be a lucky win. It could be a lottery gain, or you go to the casino and you win some money. Certainly there is money coming in an unexpected fashion. What else is going on here? You have this activity in the 6th house. You've got Saturn conjunct your North Node in the 6th house, which tells me that at work you are very disciplined at this time and may be in a senior position at this time, or you've been given more responsibilities at work. Okay, your 3rd house is very active with Mars and Mercury there opposing Uranus in the 9th house. You may receive an unexpected message from someone overseas. You may actually even find you have to travel suddenly overseas. Career-wise, you're really doing well, Libra. Wonderful with, Jupiter up here in your 10th house. Okay. All right, Libra, let's move on to Scorpio, sun and rising. some more coffee. Okay, Scorpio, sun and rising. So Taurus is your 7th house, okay? And so the themes that are highlighted for you around this full moon that culminate or result in endings at this time are around partnerships. So romantic partnerships, business partnerships. You may finalize, for example, you're now suddenly married, or you are now divorced, or you are now in a partnership with someone, or you have left a partnership. Those are the options. That's what you're dealing with at this time. It could also be that the way you are perceived by others right now, because it's also to do with contracts, right? But how you're perceived by others right now, Scorpio, sun and rising, has shifted and changed. Now, this perception, by the way, is favorable because the moon is exalted in Taurus and also conjunct Almach, which is of the nature of Venus, a very favorable star, a very benefic star. So whatever's shifted in how people perceive you, it's changed in a favorable manner. So people are now looking at you favorably if they were not, or if you thought they were not looking at you favorably. It has to do though with your intense, the digging deeper and becoming more self-aware. You've definitely become more self-aware. You've definitely learned a lot over the last month. You've done some deep self-reflection, some work on yourself, and you've come away knowing more than you knew before. And when Venus enters your sign, and I forget the date now, I think it's the 6th of November, then you will really start feeling more of what I'm saying here, if you're not feeling it already. If you haven't been feeling like you are stronger and wiser, more discerning, you certainly will start feeling that around the 6th of November. But certainly you are more self-aware than you were a month ago. Then you've got a lot of activity in the 2nd house with Mars and Mercury opposite Uranus in the 8th house. Again, this is telling me that you could, and you're not the only sign I've said this to, but you're certainly going to get money coming in a rather unexpected or unexpected manner, maybe after a shocking event. But it could be something surprising like an inheritance, or it could be an insurance payout, or money that is due to you but you kind of forgot about and you didn't even think about it, and now this person is paying you back. So that could be happening. Your sense of self-worth is definitely on the rise, and you probably feel it at this time, around the time of the full moon in Taurus, 5th of November. You just feel more secure in who you are. There are definite improvements in the home coming up for you around this time. A relationship, if a relationship with a lover has ended recently, Scorpio rising and sun, that was karmic, that was fated. Let it go. Move on from that. Okay. All right, Scorpio, sun and rising. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, sun and rising. So this moon is happening in your 6th house of daily routine, health, jobs, and pets. It may be that you are getting a new pet at this time. It may be that you're starting a new job at this time. And you are definitely seen favorably in your work at this time as well. You have the favor of your boss at this time, Sagittarius, sun and rising. So at work you are favored. You may also be getting a payout. Money that was due to you is coming in at this time. And yeah, whatever money was due to, whatever comes in at this time is definitely helping you with your self-identification, how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself. It's improving. It's accelerating your growth. Yeah, time of powerful communications, Sagittarius. There's just a powerful message coming through. You are receiving this powerful message from, it could be a teacher that has really, their teaching has really impacted your life at this time and made a real difference to how your self-belief, how you see yourself. But it could also be a divine message. You just feel divinely guided, divinely protected at this time. It's like a soul contract. A soul contract has been completed. Let me know if this resonates with your Sagittarius rising and Sun, Sagittarius. Wow, very powerful spiritual message here for you. Okay, so Capricorn, the moon is in your 5th house of creativity and lovers, romance, and children. And so you may find that something around those themes so culminates or manifests at this time. Your children may require your attention, or something is going on with one of your children, or even possibly a creative project that you're working on. And it may also be related to, for example, you may have a pet that is like a child to you, and something happens quite suddenly with your pet. You may need, your pet may need attention. Or if it's a child, you may hear about a child who is maybe suddenly unemployed or is suddenly employed. Something around employment, health, or daily routine is abruptly changed for them. And so you will be thinking about a child, like I say, at this time, or even possibly a pet. Your creativity, though, is also highlighted, and a creative wish may come about. You may be rewarded for a creative project that you have completed at this time. You may sign a new contract because you have Jupiter here going through your 7th house of contracts and commitments. It could even be that a partner of yours is enjoying success at this time, and this benefits you and increases your opportunities for more fun times together, more relaxation, increases romance, romantic experiences. And certainly with Pluto in your 2nd house, Capricorn, Sun and Rising, I do see money coming in. You may, around this time, right, this week, money is coming in. And it may have to do with your spouse or your partner. The money may be coming from someone close to you, and you are benefiting from this. Okay, Capricorn, let me know if this resonated with you. Please leave a comment and remember to like and subscribe. Okay, Aquarius, Sun and Rising. So Aquarius, I am also an Aquarius rising. So let's see, we've got the moon in our 4th house. And this is to do with the home. It might be that you are considering moving. You may move to another area or move to another house or apartment. You may even be considering moving to another country because you have Venus who rules this moon in the 9th house. You may be really contemplating moving to another country, and it would be a favorable move if you do decide to do that. I mean, yeah, with Uranus opposed to Mars in the 11th house of wishes coming true, it will be a sudden move, but a beneficial one. A sudden move, a beneficial one. And gosh, yeah, I can just see you moving very quickly. And it may even have to do with work. So if your job allows you to move, then you will possibly be doing this. Around this time, around the full moon in Taurus, you may be making this final decision to move, or you are in the process of moving. You're also very serious about disciplining or becoming more disciplined with your money and your finances at this time, with your earnings. Because your earnings, you may be earning less than you usually do, or your earnings have somehow been impacted, but you're being very disciplined with the money coming in. And this is going to be, when Saturn moves out, because it's currently also retrograde, when he starts moving forward and enters Aries, things will improve dramatically for you, Aquarius, but that is next year. Either way, you are okay. You are okay. You have to practice discipline with your finances. There is a wish coming true regarding a creative project, or possibly a child. You're surprising news regarding a child. Or a wish comes true for a child, and you celebrate this news with your child. This is wonderful. Okay, so let's move on to Pisces, Sun and Rising. So Pisces, this is a moon that is happening in your 3rd house. So it's all about communications, community, your neighborhood, siblings. So yeah, you're going to be, let's see, it's what's going to be happening here. You're definitely going to be something about your neighborhood or community is culminating something. You're getting either very busy and something is now, so for example, if you've organized an event, a potluck or something that's happening around this time, around the time of the full moon, but you're going to be busy around this time with neighborhood events, right? Community events. There is some surprising news around your home, or a shocking event around the home. And I would not be surprised to hear it has something to do with pipes, plumbing, that kind of thing. It's Sedna there with water involved. You might have to do some plumbing, or maybe water in your basement, something like that. But there will be some sort of unexpected event around the house, definitely to do with pipes or water in your house. So this is not very good news, but you are now warned in advance. You've got Jupiter in the 5th house, lovely energy coming through for children, creative projects, romance, lovers. You may be starting a new relationship, or you may be starting a new relationship around this time, or ending a project and you are ready to put it out there, share it with the world. Oh, excuse me. I need more coffee. Or you may find out, or you may find out that you are pregnant at this time. Yeah, something like that. Something with you, because Jupiter is slowing down, by the way. This is very Jupiterian energy coming through more. So you may find you are pregnant. You may, or your partner is pregnant. Okay, and then Venus in the 8th house. You have money coming in. If you haven't received it yet, you certainly have money coming in from some sort of payout. Maybe you've sold property, or maybe you are, expecting an insurance payout or an inheritance at this time, and that money is coming. It's going to be coming in very soon this week, okay, the week of the 5th of November for sure. And if you've been waiting for it, or you may have already been paid, because again, full moons are about culminating events, things have manifested or are about to manifest. Okay, so that was Pisces Sun and Rising. If any of this resonated with you, please do leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment. Okay, thank you so much for sticking around until the end. It really means a lot to me if you've watched this video, all of it from the start to the end. I know it's quite long. I wanted to speak here at the end about certain positions that are really important at this time of the full moon on the 5th of November. And of course, I will also cover them in my daily shorts. So please subscribe. If you are watching my daily shorts, you'll know that I do these daily horoscopes. So the most important things that I want you to be aware of at this time are that Mercury is out of bounds, and I do have a video all about out of bounds planets. I will link to it at the end of this video, so do go check it out. Mercury is out of bounds, Pluto is out of bounds. Now when a planet is out of bounds, their energy, their qualities are heightened and increased. So Mercury is actually, we're very active. Our mind is very active at this time. So if you have been struggling with anxiety, if you haven't been sleeping well, this is thanks to Mercury out of bounds, and also this action with Uranus going on. We had Mercury opposite Uranus, but also Mars opposite Uranus, and that is just electrifying energy, and it keeps people awake if you've been struggling with that. I have been sleeping relatively well, except that I've been waking up every single day at 4 a.m. exactly, which is a little too early for me in winter. It's winter here in Vancouver. So, but anyway, that is, if you've been struggling with sleep, interrupted sleep patterns, this is because Mercury is out of bounds at this time. Now, out of bounds Mercury is parallel Pluto out of bounds until the 11th of November, and this is very much a case of the veil being very thin between the worlds at this time. I want you to be paying attention to your dreams. You may, if you do remember your dreams, if you have vivid dreams like I do, then you will know that your ancestors, your departed loved ones are really coming through strongly at this time, and they're visiting you. So you do want to be paying attention to your dreams. They will also be leaving messages for you in signs like leaving feathers, etc. That is definitely happening and very strong until, like I said, around the 11th of November. The other aspect I want you to keep in mind is this very intense, very unpleasant Mars opposition, Mars-Uranus opposition. It is a volatile opposition, and things are not going to be good out there in the collective unless we're all putting out prayers for peace and harmony among people and nations. I mean, a certain president is saying he wants to resume atomic or nuclear experiments. I don't even want to talk about that, but anyway, that is an active Mars-Uranus signature, also with Pluto in the mix, and we don't want that. We don't need that. The world certainly doesn't need more experiments, nuclear experiments or anything of the sort. So We want to be praying more. We want to be focused more on sending out light. Pray for people, other people. Always pray for other people. Don't focus your prayers on yourself. That's very important. Pray for other people, and the Creator will make sure that you are taken care of. Lastly, what else was there? Jupiter has slowed down. Jupiter has slowed down because he is about to retrograde. He's going to retrograde, I believe, on the 11th of November. Yes, I think I've got the correct dates here. So on the 11th of November, Jupiter is going to station retrograde, and before he stations, he slows down dramatically. He's slowed down around this 25 degrees of Cancer. And if you have a planet, sun or whatever, planet around 25 degrees, 24, 25, 26 degrees of Cancer, you are feeling this energy, this expansive energy. You're wanting more, or you are feeling extremely generous and Jupiterian, benefic, just giving and more, just generous, giving, open-hearted. You may be feeling that, but you may also be feeling like you have to take in more. You may be spending more money. So be aware of that. Just be cautious. Okay, that is all for today. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching, and do remember to leave a comment and subscribe and like.